But oh boy, this video is brought to you by Box Wines, Tequila, and the 20th anniversary of Cognac.
In fact, please allow me, friends, to digress for a moment. Okay. It's kind of dark in here, but I'm asking for a show of hands. Who saw that video from a couple of weeks ago? The one of the elephants at the San Diego Zoo during the earthquake?
Oh,
Google it if you've not seen it. So that scene has been on my mind. Everybody's asking me what you've been thinking about these days. Well,
all right, sweat. 1, 2,
oh
1,
boy.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now cross. All right, there we go. There we go.
including congressional leaders like Cory Booker, Chris Van Hollen, Chris Murphy, Jasmine Crockett, Maxwell Frost, AOC, and Bernie Sanders.
Don't worry, it gets worse. Ma'am, breathe in this walkie-talkie. We got to check that blood alcohol level. I'm telling you, blast it. It gets worse, don't worry. I'm giving y'all a disclaimer and a warning.
This country is ours.
Oh,
It doesn't belong to whoever is in the White House. It belongs to you. It belongs to us. It belongs to we, the people.
oh boy. Look at that. Look at the face, the tone, the body language. She's angry. Oh man, it's eating her inside. Breathe in this walkie-talkie, ma'am.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our citizens. We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Hey, I'm not gonna do that with y'all today. We're gonna make this a quick one. We got there, but you know, look, I'm not gonna do that with y'all today, family. What's going on now? Y'all, it's almost Friday now. It's almost Friday. We don't want to raise them cholesterol levels and blood pressure levels up, so let's go and calm down, family. Relax. But she's back. And it's just funny, I'm seeing the comment section and then seeing how CNN puts this up. I said, you know what? I definitely got to see this one of what CNN just did. What the fake news did and how they prop her up. I had to get into this. And then I go to the comment section and they are trolling. People saying, you know what? I actually missed the word salad. It was pretty entertaining. I actually missed this lady. You got to see this comment section, man. Unbelievable. Oh, man. This, please keep letting her talk. Laughing emojis. Please keep letting her talk. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I tell you, man. But someone says she always seems nervous. Yeah. There's a lot of people that seem nervous when they're a couple bottles or a couple drinks in. Breathe in this walkie-talkie. LOL. Word salad Kamala is the comedian gift that keeps giving. Yeah. I'm telling you, this whole comment section is trolls, man. And I love how they troll CNN, you know. Oh, boy.
Instead of an administration working to advance America's highest ideals, we are witnessing the wholesale abandonment of those ideals. And what we
Abandonment. Look in here. And here it goes. Here it goes.
are also seeing
What are we seeing?
in these last 14 weeks
Mm-hmm.
is Americans using their voice and showing their courage.
Courage. Mm-hmm. Courage.
We all know President Trump and his administration and their allies are counting on the notion that fear can be contagious. They are counting on the notion that if they make some people afraid, it will have a chilling effect on others. But what they're overlooking, what they have overlooked, is that fear is not the only thing that's contagious. Courage is contagious. Americans who are speaking out to say, it is not okay to violate court orders. Not okay. Saying it is not okay to detain and disappear American citizens or anyone without due process.
Here we go. Told y'all, you know. And when I just knew CNN was gonna play these exact clips out of that speech. I already knew how they were gonna prop this up. We already knew, you know. The fake news at its best. This doesn't surprise anybody. The fear mongering, the lies, the misinformation, you know, and once again proven to be a hypocrite. Has she forgot what she was a part of? The previous couple of years? I was the last one in the room. But I just knew CNN was gonna gonna select this to be shown out of that. I already knew it. Let's continue. Let me stop talking. This is honestly this is honestly entertainment. This video is only for entertainment purposes, y'all. We just getting a good laugh out of this. This lady's up here drunk as hell. She's back. She's like pissed drunk. She's like mad and drunk. Like she maybe been getting no sleep at night. And then again, I think she's enjoying this loss, maybe. I don't know. What do y'all think? Because she seemed relieved after November. They put her, she got tired of coming up there with them word salads, and they had to go up there on the interview on set on the CBS, and they said, ma'am, oh boy, we got to edit that shit out. We got to edit that shit out, ma'am. What you just said, we ain't gonna beat Trump. What you just said, we got to edit that answer out. We're gonna ask you this again, and we need you to say this and this, okay? All right, remember? All right, let's camera. Y'all cut it and let's redo this. Unbelievable election interference. What the fake news media has done, man. And then she went up on that show called The Spew with those ladies. The View, no, The Spew. And they said, ma'am, what would have done different than Joe Biden? And we know how that went, you know. Yeah. And then seeing all the money she blew through. What a disgrace. Oh boy. And Poland, like right behind her or almost ahead of her, is AOC and Jasmine Crockett and Bernie Sanders. Good luck. This is getting worse and worse by the minute, by the second.
The courage of judges to uphold the rule of law in the face of those who would jail them. of universities that are defying unconstitutional demands that threaten the pursuit of truth and academic independence. We are living in a moment when the checks and balances upon which we have historically relied have begun to buckle.
Here we go.
And we here know that when the checks and balances ultimately collapse, if Congress fails to do its part,
here we go,
or if the courts fail to do their part, or if both do their part, but the president defies them anyway,
here we go.
Well, friends, that is called a constitutional crisis. And that is a crisis that will eventually impact everyone. Because it would mean that the rules that protect our fundamental rights and freedoms, that ensure each of us has a say about how our government works, will no longer matter. And if that happens, the one check, the one balance, the one power that must not fail is the voice of the people.
And she didn't quite say, "I told you so," but the energy was there. I don't know who checked into it last night. But there's been a lot of people talking about her political future. What are you hearing?
You know, I think it's a question of who the speech was for, right? Was it for Californians who...
Or donors in San Francisco.
Or donors in San Francisco, right? As she potentially mounts a bid for governor. Is it for disaffected Democrats all over the country because she's thinking about 2028? We'll have to see. One thing we know, though, is that she's not going to run, if she decides to run for president. She'll likely have some competition this time. Just look at all of the...
She'll likely have some competition.
Potential 2028ers that are out there with their own messages.
I was thinking of another speech giver, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, because he has been out there talking a lot, and he gave kind of like a big rousing thing a few days ago. Here's some of that.
They ought to put him in jail. They ought to walk him out and throw him in jail. They need to put this big fella in handcuffs. I'm telling you. Walk and put his big butt in handcuffs, man. We got a video coming on him later on today, too, as well. They need to throw this big fella in jail.
Everybody has to get up, stand up, speak out, show up. And if you can't go somewhere to do that, well, go online and make sure you're speaking up and showing up online.
That speech seems to be a little bit more in tune with the vibe of where many Democrats are now than the former vice president's
Pritzker's
speech.
comments. Yeah, because it was a little more a fight.
Yeah, there are a lot of Democrats who believe there wasn't enough fight in last year's election. So that perhaps is a speech that's more looking forward and suggesting some freshness and a potential future candidacy. The argument about ideals and the Constitution is a fair argument, but is it the one that most Democrats want to be making?
I mean, but she is talking about things that people are worried about in the party, Trump in the courts, for example, right? She had a lot to say about that. And then she also talked about the idea about fear and fear being contagious, which I don't think is sort of like out of line with some of the things we've talked about the last couple of days.
We all know President Trump and his administration and their allies are counting on the notion that fear can be contagious.
Fear can be contagious.
They are counting on the notion that if they make some people afraid, it will have a chilling effect on others. But what they're overlooking, what they have overlooked, is that fear is not the only thing that's contagious. Courage is contagious.
And they're clapping this lady on like they're at the church. Come on, sister. Preach it now. Come on, sister. Preach. Oh, man.
That That message is very similar to her closing argument on the campaign, and
delivered similarly.
And I think that's a good mark for consistency. But I don't know if that is exactly, like, to your point, what the Democratic Party is searching for right now.
Right, especially right now.
All right, Brittany. All right, Brittany. Y'all give it up clap it up for Brittany. Clap it up for Brittany. Yeah. You see where that landed her? You know, we got to sit up on CNN and just be real. You know, I know it's hard for y'all, CNN. I know it's hard for y'all to broadcast this. We know. But then again, we don't know. We know y'all love broadcasting this. Y'all love having this lady up here. And they chose exactly these clips for these headlines and for these talking points. And they honestly know the Democrat Party is doomed. And that bringing this lady out here ain't gonna make anything any better. People are just gonna have a good time, a good laugh. You know, politics in America is a reality TV show. Like the Patriots say, comedy, it just keeps giving with these people. People are laughing out there, falling out their seat with these Democrats, man.
Now when they're messing with things like being dark woke and like, should we swear more? Like, there seems to be this idea that you need to have a counter, not vulgarity, but certainly a counter energy.
We got different levels and different skin colors of woke. We got different levels and unbelievable dark woke, light woke. Unbelievable, man. Well, these people, man, need to just give it up. I tell you, because look what woke has gotten us. And I'm glad we are taking out the trash, man. That common sense is back in America.
Policy.
You think so?
I think there's a critique was that there's not enough, concrete there to argue on or to fight on. What is your pitch and your counter message? And it's not necessarily always appropriate to do that in a donor
especially when we
speech,
don't know the audience. Yeah,
right. Exactly.
In her first major speech since losing the election to Donald Trump and leaving office, former Vice President Kamala Harris slammed the president's tariff policy as what she called reckless and accused him of setting off the greatest man-made economic crisis in modern history. Harris also warned of a constitutional crisis.
See how CNN runs with this?
We are living
Here we go.
in a moment.
Once again, here we
when
go.
The checks and balances upon which we have historically relied have begun to buckle. And that is a crisis that will eventually impact everyone.
CNN's Eva McCann joins us now. As always, the former vice president choosing her words and her moments carefully here. Eva, what did you see?
She did, John. In the vice president's first major speech since the election, it really served as both a call to action and a pep talk of sorts for Democrats. She leaned heavily into Americans' concerns about the economy, blasting the tariffs, warning that a recession is possible. She raised concerns about President Trump's conflicts with the courts, her belief we're moving the nation towards a constitutional crisis. But she essentially told people not to lose heart, that this is the time to protect the most vulnerable. Let's listen.
Instead of an administration working to advance America's highest ideals,
Oh boy.
we are witnessing
What are we witnessing, man?
the wholesale abandonment of those ideals.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, man, we didn't just dodge a bullet, we dodged a nuclear missile. Oh man. A nuclear missile, y'all. Let me know in the comment section if you agree. I love y'all. And I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.